A live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Given a choice between lunch and recording a halftime show, I went with lunch, so the halftime show comes early. It's been a busy week. Week 5, we got a triple header for you in week 6, and so let's get right to it. First and foremost, from Tampa Bay, they are so bad that Dave Gardner's going, I want to play this team. The Packers go to 3-2. The Bucks go to 0-5. 49-24. James Lofton, 7 catches, 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns. A 32-yard touchdown pass from Dickey, an 8-yard touchdown pass from Dickey to make it 42-10. And just when you thought that wasn't enough, he makes it 49-17 with a 29-yard pass from Dickey. The Patriots. Really. The Patriots go to 3-2. They beat the Jets 27-15. Tony Eason, 20 for 29, 276 yards. A touchdown pass and a pick. He also ran for a score, a 2-yard score with 1:17 to go to put the game away. Mosi Tutupu had the other touchdown for New England, along with a Tony Eason touchdown pass to Stanley Morgan. The Patriots are 3-2. The Jets fall to 1-4. The Redskins win their second game of the year. They beat the Eagles 30-20. Joe Theismann, 20 for 32, 203 yards. A touchdown pass to Calvin Muhammad in the fourth quarter to put them ahead for good. And he ran the ball 5 times for 48 yards. The Redskins go to 2-3. The Eagles fall to 3-2. Neil Oklowitz with a big fumble recovery in the fourth quarter that he rumbled in for a touchdown to tie the game. And as we said, Theismann to Muhammad with 4:20 to go. Smoke him if you got him. For the win. The Bengals destroy Pittsburgh 31-3. Lewis Breeden, 2 interceptions, 7 tackles. Kenny Anderson, a 16-yard touchdown pass to Chris Collinsworth, and a 9-yard scramble from the wily veteran. That's all the Bengals would need. Turk Schoner even threw a touchdown off the bench. 3-2 are the Bengals. The Steelers fall to 2-3. The Buffalo Bills have not won yet in this 1984 replay. The Colts beat them 24-14 at the Hoosier Dome. Porter, 6 catches for 86 yards and 2 scores from Mike Pagel, a 4-yarder in the first quarter and a 28-yarder in the fourth quarter. That wins the game. Curtis Dickey puts on the exclamation point with an 11-yard run following a Buffalo turnover in the last minute. In a game of teams that NBC would send the F crew to, Kansas City beats Cleveland 20-10. Daniels, 2 interceptions and 6 tackles. The winning score, a 1-yard run by Brown. At the end of the first quarter, Cleveland never really made it close. The Bears, in what would be a preview of what was to come for them, shut down the Cowboys 26-3. Leslie Frazier, 2 interceptions and 3 tackles. Dallas held to a Raphael Septien field goal. The Bears defense gets a touchdown. Gary Bell with a 35-yard interception for a return. Miami falls from the ranks of the unbeaten. St. Louis beats them 45-20. Neil Lomax, 20 for 27, 302 yards and 3 scores. How about that? Miami out of it early. Stumped Mitchell with 2 touchdown runs in the process. Miami never got closer than 14 points. They fall to 4-1. New Orleans is 4-1. Moriarty for Houston, however, the offensive star, 22 carries, 147 yards, 2 touchdowns and 2 catches, but it's not enough. Morton Anderson with the winning points with 10:53 to go in the fourth to make it 19-10. The Oilers fall to 0-5. The New Orleans goes to 4-1 and hold on to a share of first place with the Rams and the 49ers. Seattle destroys Minnesota 44-24. Dave Craig, 27 for 47, 333 yards, 4 scores, and this was a little more than 7 years ago, and an interception. None of those passes for touchdowns, by the way, were to Largent. 3 to Young and 1 to Johns. How about that? all Seattle, all the time. Minnesota getting garbage time points. Craig Easley had a 47-yard touchdown return, a pick six in the third quarter. That made it 34-3, and it was all over there. In maybe the best single performance in NFL history as a quarterback, Joe Montana, 24 for 24, 349 yards, 5 touchdowns. It's the first time in NFL history that a quarterback not only had a perfect quarterback rating, but didn't throw an incompletion. There's been 71 such performances in NFL history of a perfect quarterback rating, but they all threw an incompletion at some point. Montana does not. It was a one-side affair. The 49ers go to 4-1. They beat Atlanta 35-10. Freddie Solomon, 3 touchdown catches in the effort. Detroit goes to 4-1. They are in first place by themselves in the NFC Central. You'll see them in Denver next week as part of our triple hitter here on Retro Sports Network. They beat San Diego in San Diego 38-31. Gary Danielson, 25 of 33, 264 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a pick. He also ran it 3 times for 25 yards. He found Chadwick in the second quarter to make it 14-10. Then Thompson at the end of the first half to make it 21-17, a seesaw affair. He found Chadwick twice more, twice in the third quarter. At the end of 3, it was 35-24. Eddie Murray, baby held on to him to make it 38-24. Dan Fouts with a late touchdown pass. Didn't matter. Detroit goes to 4-1. The Rams in overtime beat the Giants 20-17. Phil Simms in a losing effort, 17 for 33 for 303 and 2 scores. In fact, the Giants with 4:20 to go led 17-10 following a 14-yard pass to Tony Galbraith. But the Rams, who couldn't move the football all day, suddenly did. Eric Dickerson scores a touchdown with a minute 16 to go to tie the game, and then following an exchange of possessions, Mike Lansford slams home the 22-yarder with 2:38 to go in the extra frame. The Rams go to 4-1. Can't put up the graphics for this. Eric Dickerson, 546 yards through 5 games. He is third behind James Wilder and Walter Payton, who have 588 yards rushing. As you see the standings on the screen, Dan Marino has 1,575 yards through 5 games. I think that's not quite on enough pace to pass the 5,000 mark, but you never know. They got some big ones coming up. Joe Montana, quarterback rating of 122.4, and he and Gary Danielson have 15 touchdown passes apiece. Giants, Eagles, Cardinals are all 3-2 in the NFC East. In the Central, the Lions are 4-1. Chicago and Green Bay a game back. In the West, it's a 3-way tie. The Rams, the Saints, and the 49ers are all 4-1. Miami, 4-1 in the East, a game in front of Indianapolis and New England. Cincinnati in first place in the AFC Central at 3-2. The last undefeated team, the last of the Mohicans, you're going to see in a moment. The Raiders are 4-0. A win keeps them a game up on Seattle. A loss today, and they are tied with the Seahawks for first place. As Retro Sports Network presents NFL Replay 84 from Mile High Stadium in Denver, Colorado. It is the Los Angeles Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Oops, you know what? There we go. Well, you know what? It would help if I moved the screen over. So who they be the Saints anyway. So in the game we got for you today, the Raiders are the last undefeated team in the NFL in this replay, and they get to go to Denver on a cool October day, but nice. Denver, John Elway, his second year, having a mediocre start so far. Mark Wilson gets the call for the Raiders at quarterback. And so the Raiders, again, this is a big one for them. If they win, they go 5-0, and coming off their Super Bowl year, looking to do it again. So Let's do it, shall we? It's the Raiders and the Broncos right now. So Marcus Allen, 369 yards the first quarter of the season. Sammy Winder has run for 307. And we'll see how John Elway does against this Raider defense. Martin with 4 sacks. And, of course, Howie Long is on that end as well. The Broncos have a ton of sacks. Tom Jackson with 5. Chavis and Carter with 4. And Carl Mecklenburg, the outside linebacker, 3 picks and 2 sacks. This should be a good one. This also should be some pinball as well. Denver has won the toss. They will get the football. On a 52-degree afternoon here in the Mile High City, the Raiders are at white. Silver helmets with the shield and the pirate on there with the gray face mask. Denver in their home orange with the blue helmets. Lang back to return this with Thomas and Wilhite. And 2 yards deep, Denver will bring it out. Lang to the 10, 15. That won't go over very well. Caldwell with a tackle. It's a return of 16. And Denver starts this one on their own 14. John Elway, the quarterback. He has completed 57% of his passes, but he's thrown an equal amount of interceptions and touchdowns. Gerald Wilhite, not to be confused with Gerald the Woolite you put in your fancy linens. He is your fullback. Sammy Winder, 79 carries, 307 yards. Butch White Shoes Johnson is your split end, 13 catches on the year. Steve Watson, the flanker, 18 catches on the year. Haynes will cover him. And John Sawyer, Tom's younger cousin, is the tight end. He's made 4 catches. 1st and 10 for the Broncos on the 14. Winder off tackle left. Hand off from Elway. Winder over the 15. Lester Hayes makes the tackle at the 17. 2nd down and 7. Here's how the Broncos line up off on the line. Ken Lanier, the left tackle. Paul Howard, the left guard. Bill Bryan, still missed picture day. He's your center. Keith Bishop, your good-smelling right guard. And Dave Studdard is the right tackle. 2nd down and 7. Paros comes in as the fullback. Winder in the flat to call. Elway goes to the far sideline. He has Winder. Sammy over the 15. He's hit at the 18 for a gain of 1. Matt Millen with the stop. Raiders play a 3-4. Howie Long, 10 tackles and a sack. The left defensive end. Reggie Kinlaw is the nose tackle. Lyle Alzado is the right defensive end. Rod Martin, the left outside linebacker. He is a 10 overall. Jeff Barnes, the right outside linebacker. He has a sack and a pick. Bob Nelson. Now, that would be Raider football on that helmet, but no, he's actually wearing a regular helmet. That's not that Bob Nelson. He is the right inside linebacker. Matt Millen, the left inside linebacker. He already has a tackle. Van McElroy is the strong safety. And Mike Davis is the free safety. 3rd down and 6 for Elway and company. Butch Johnson on a short slant. Elway under center. Johnson, well, it won't matter as Howie Long brings him down. And the Broncos will go 3 and out. Not good blocking there for Elway and Long. They'll talk about with Howie and Jimmy at the half, won't he? So it'll be Chris Norman back to punt. Pruitt and Montgomery, the returners for the Raiders. Norman gets it away, and it's returned by Pruitt at the Raider 40. He gets a gain of 6.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
But Davis with a hold on the return. And that will come back. So the Raiders start on their own 38. Was Bob Nelson that comedian? I'm not sure. Not Bob and Ray. Anyway, Mark Wilson, the quarterback. Again, an equal amount of interceptions and touchdowns. Marcus Allen, who can run and he can catch. He is the heart of the Raiders' offense. Frank Hawkins is the fullback. Malcolm Barnwell is the flanker. Cliff Branch, the wide receiver, the split end. And Todd Christensen, he is their leading pass catcher. He is, as I said, the tight end. Hawkins, 1st and 10. Trap left from their own 38. Handoff from Wilson. And Hawkins is hit at the 39 by Rick Dennison. Let's meet the Raider line, shall we? Henry Lawrence, the left tackle. Kurt Marsh, in his 80s haircut, the left guard. Dave Dalby, the all-world center. Mickey Marvin, the right guard. And Bruce Davis, the right tackle. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. Allen on a flat pass is the call. Wilson is going to have to is going to scramble. He is hit at the 41 as Tom Jackson makes the tackle. So a gain of 2, 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders on their first possession of the game. Let's meet the Denver defense. Rulon Jones, the left defensive end. He has 3 sacks on the year. Reuben Carter has 4 sacks as the nose tackle. And the right end, Barney Chavis, with 4 sacks. That's pretty effective. We've only played 4 games. Steve Busick is the left inside linebacker. He has 3 sacks and a pretty head of hair. Rick Dennison is the other middle linebacker. He has 27 tackles the first quarter of the season. Tom Jackson, the Hall of Famer, the left outside linebacker, 5 sacks. He will be on Marcus Allen all day. And Carl Mecklenburg, the right outside linebacker, 3 interceptions and 2 sacks. The corners, Louis Wright will get to cover Barnwell. And Mike Harden will cover Cliff Branch. The safety, Steve Foley, is the free safety. And Dennis Smith is the strong safety. Christensen on a medium slant on 3rd and 7. Wilson throws. Christensen can't get there, and it's 3 and out for everybody. He was a bad comedian from the 80s, Bob Nelson, that did a skit about a concussed football player with his helmet on backwards. He didn't miss anything. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I think we've all done that routine, haven't we? It's even more effective if you had a couple drinks. Ray Guy is back to punt. There's no wind, 52 degrees. Guy stands on his 26. And that will be returned by somebody. And that somebody returned it for 5 yards. Gerald Wilhite. How about that? So 1st and 10, second possession for Denver. 11:20 first quarter, no score between the Broncos and the Raiders. Parros on a trap right. Raiders call for a blitz. Elway hands off to Parros anyway, and the Raiders just stun him. Rod Martin brought him down after for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11 for the Raiders, or for the Broncos. I kind of expect this to be a pinball-type game. Elway, medium slant to Steve Watson. Elway back to throw, and he can't find Watson. Haynes knocked it out of his hands. 3rd and 11. So Winder is in the block, Alexander, the third receiver, he is at the bottom of your screen. Has not made a catch all year. Watson on a medium cross. Elway has time to look. He does. He goes, and he can't find White Shoes Johnson. Alzado hurried him, and the Broncos are 3 and out again. So 10.5 to go in the opening quarter, and we've had a grand total of no net yards. So Chris Norman stands on his 8. He will punt. Gets it away near sideline. Montgomery over the 35. It's a return of 12. And the Raiders take over on their own 46. 10-26 first quarter. No score. Christensen on a medium out on first down. The Broncos back there in a hurry, and Chavis made the sack. It's a loss of 9. And here's something you'll rarely see in any football game. We have -9 net yards combined for both teams. 2nd and 19. Marcus Allen on the draw. Gets through the hole over the 40. He brings it out to the 44 before Steve Wilson can bring him down and gain a 7. Thank you, Opstrat Warfare. I take it that you both do Stratomatic and Wargaming? Thanks for the kind words. 3rd down and 12. Raiders go 3 wide. Doki Williams sets up top. Medium slant to Cliff Branch to call. Wilson has time. He's got Branch open at the 40, and that's a first down. A gain of 18. Randy Robbins with the tackle, and it's 1st and 10. Somebody had to get a first down in this game, as the Raiders have it on the Bronco 38. Frank Hawkins trapped left on 1st and 10. Hawkins doesn't get anywhere. Rulon Jones knocks him down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. Ball back at the 40. Gonna be some Advil taken after this game, you can tell already. Marcus Allen will try a sweep to the right side. That is the near side for you and I across the 40. Hit by Louis Wright at the 38. A gain of 2. The Broncos have the Raiders hemmed in. And from the 38, not in field goal range. I think, John, that Dan Reeves wore a suit pretty much his entire time in Denver. I think by the time that he got to coach the Giants, they were trying to force him and others into the league-approved apparel. But, yep, Reeves would be on his 52-degree day. And a nice wool sports coat, jacket, and tie with the headphones, yelling at John Elway. Malcolm Barnwell on a medium cross from the 38. Wilson under center. Goes down to Marcus Allen. Instead, Allen will get 9, and they're going to be a yard short. He dumped it to Allen. Mike Harden saved the first down. And out comes the field goal unit for the Raiders. Chris Barr, great guy to hold. They only need 1, but you don't want to lose the points if you don't need to. So a 64.1% chance of him making this.
Start. Offense, 5-yard penalty.
And Marsh, the good hair dude, with a false start. And now you got a coin flip here. What does Tom Flores do? Pretty much a 50-50 shot from here. It would be from 51 yards. And we'll try this again. Barr. A long kick straight away head kicker, I believe, from 51. Barr up, and it's good. It's long enough, and it's good. So the Raiders, 6:12 to go in the first quarter. First points of the game. It's Los Angeles 3, Denver nothing. Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite back to return. And 3 yards deep. Elway will start this drive on the 20. The third drive for the Broncos, and they have -3 yards to show for it. Winder. Sweep left. Elway hands off. Winder near side over the 20. He's hit at the 23 by Bob Nelson. And yeah, you kind of could, if that is the comedian, that would remind me of someone who played with a few knocks around the head. 2nd and 7 for Elway and company. Watson on a medium slant. Elway has time. He goes over the middle for Watson. That's a first down. Gain of 17. Denver finally has their first down of the game. Ball at the 40. 5:23. Clock running. Winder. Trap right for Sammy. And Sammy gets it to the 43 before Rod Martin can make the tackle. Denver is 3-1. If they win this game, they will be tied with Seattle and the Raiders for first in the AFC West. I chose to eat lunch instead of make a video, so when you're watching this later, you can go back and watch the pregame show or go through all the scores. The Raiders are the last undefeated team of 1984. 2nd down and 7. Peros. Trap left from the 43. Handoff from Elway, and Peros is hit by Lester Hayes at the 45. That's a gain of 2. So the Broncos' run game has been bad. Three wide, Alexander in the ball game. Medium hitch. Johnson. Elway goes to the far side. Johnson's got it in Raider territory. Lester Hayes brings him down after a gain of 16. Bob Nelson got huge, midlife crisis tells me, after he was in the Rodney Dangerfield Young Comedian special back in the late 80s. I'm sure I know who he is. There was one guy that had did the stand-up with the balloons as shoulder pads type deal, and that might have been him. 1st and 10 for Denver. They have it at the Raider 39. They're going from right to left, and their orange jerseys, white numbers trimmed in blue. Dark blue helmets, white face mask with that orange big D with a koala bear in the middle. Winder. Trap left. Denver will not audible. They stick with the original call. Sammy cuts to the near side. He is hit at the 38 for a gain of 1. Bob Nelson again, his second tackle. 2nd and 9. 2:45 clock running first quarter. A Chris Barr long field goal is the only points that we've had so far. Elway. Short cross to John Sawyer, the tight end. Elway has time. He's got Sawyer and John pick up the flag. There's nothing there. It's a gain of 10. Van McElroy did the hustle and got the tackle, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28. Thanks to my content, I'm no longer a slave to that game not be named. I didn't realize that Lord Voldemort made games. I bought this game in Pro Strategy Football and so much happier. Good for you! I'm an old school football, basically any time before the late 90s. Well, thanks for watching. So Bob Nelson was from Westchester U. That sounds like where Rocky and Bullwinkle went, right? What's the matter, you? When you were in college way back when? Well, I was in college way back when, too. First and 10, 2:02 to go, clock running. Sweep left for Winder, comes to the near side, and to the 25, a good run. He cuts outside, a gain of 9 before McElroy can make the stop. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Broncos. And they're now in the red zone. Elway. Medium cross to Steve Johnson on 2nd and short. They want the touchdown, but they won't get it here as Howie Long beat the line and brings down Elway again. So the second sack for Howie Long, and again, he'll bore Terry Bradshaw at halftime with the stories. 3rd down and 5 for Denver on the Raider 23. They will let the clock run out. You're going to get a commercial. We'll talk about where Westchester University is right after this. After 1, it's the Raiders 3, the Broncos nothing. If you joined us late, the Raiders are the last undefeated team in the NFL as St. Louis beat Miami today. Unfortunately, I don't have all the scores in front of me, but if you go back and watch the beginning part of this, you'll see everything else. 51-yard field goal from Chris Barr following a 7-play, 20-yard drive. That was it. Mark Wilson, 2 for 3 for 27 yards. As I pulled my favorite Peter Brady. John Elway, 4 for 6 for 44 and 2 sacks. Net yards, 54 for Denver, 28 for the Raiders. Time of possession, nearly 2-1 in favor of the Broncos. Midlife Crisis still loves that other game. I guess I'm not going to be invited to any of those conventions anymore, am I? But you've fallen deep for Action PC. So Westchester University, that's 2 words. It's not up in Terrytown, so it's not that Westchester. So where is Westchester University? Do they make Cheetos there? 3rd and 5 as we start the second quarter from the Raider 23. Winder in the flats to call. Elway goes to the far side. He's got Sammy at the 27. He cuts inside, gets a first down. Flag is down. Ball at the 8.
Offsides. Defense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty.
And so Howie Long won't be embarrassed here. Matt Millen shoves out Winder at the 8-yard line. And it will be a gain of 15. 1st and goal from the 8. Mr. Op Warfare, we won't mention that other game. This game also brings back memories of cards I had collected up to 1980. Yep, Peter Brady, time for change. In 82, they actually put the logos on the pictures. So 1st and goal from the 8. 2 tight ends set. Wilhite in the game with Winder now. And Wilhite will try a trap left. Gerald gets it about 3 yards, and Lester Hayes with a tackle. At the 5, about a half hour west of Philly is Westchester. 20 minutes north of the Delaware state line. You are near Tabletop Chris then. Well, that's pretty cool. 2nd and goal from the 5. Broncos trying to take the lead as we start the second quarter. Sammy on a draw from the 5. Sammy parts the seas and gets brought down by Matt Millen for a loss of 2. So 3rd and goal from the Raider 7. And they are, by the way, a 6-point favorite. Pat Kelly, a second baseman for the Yankees, was a senior there when you were a freshman. Oh, cool. Very cool. So 3rd down and goal. Sawyer, the tight end on a short cross. Elway going back. This isn't good. It is interception. Intercepted by Van McElroy. In the end zone, he covers himself up like an armadillo, and the Broncos get nothing. A delayed blitz, as you'll see. And young Mr. Elway commits the boo-boo. First turnover for the Broncos. Right into the closed end of Mile High Stadium. And so 13-22, that's a touchback. The Raiders get it at the 20. Allen will sweep it to the right. That's your near side. Allen doesn't get a block at all. Mecklenburg drags him down by the ankle for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. The Raiders have averaged 340.5 yards a game. They've given up 331.3 over their first 4. 2nd and 13. Allen in the flat is the call. Wilson near side. Allen has it. Can he get any room over the 20? He does. First down over the 30, over the 40. Mike Harden brings him down after a 25-yard gain. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 42. The Lions beat the Chargers today. And so, because we can move games around, Detroit is now 4-1. And they will play Denver next Tuesday right here on Retro Sports Network. Mr. Strat Warfare, you and your brother took those cards and created a game where you set formations and used dice to flip cards to run plays. Had doubles and triples of most from 74 to 80. That's cool. I think a lot of us did that. Of course, back then you're talking 20, 25 cents a pack. 1st and 10 from the 42. Trap right for Frank Hawkins. And Hawkins gets to the 45 before Mecklenburger can bring him down. A lot cheaper then, although, Alexa, how much is 25 cents in 1978?
198,825 Canadian nickels is $7,924 and 47 cents.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy to help. Have a good Thursday afternoon.
You too. Whatever that was that I asked, you rewind it, you write that down, and you give it to your 4th grader, and they'll come up with a word problem for you. 2nd down and 7. My word. Barnwell on a medium slant from the Raider 45. Wilson is going to get brought down. There was nobody open, and Reuben Carter brings him down for the sack. They doubled Todd Christensen, and Wilson just ran out of reads. John Mayberry was from West Chester, and that's 2 words, University as well. That's cool. 3rd down and 13. Dokie Williams back in the game. Marcus Allen lines up as a wide receiver. So 4 wide, Wilson all by himself in the backfield. Allen on a medium fly. Wilson has time. He's got Allen open, and Marcus gets a first down. 13 on the nose. Tom Jackson wasn't expecting that. He brought him down. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. 10:27 clock running. So the Raiders give the Broncos another look. Watkins, trap right from the Denver 48. Gets the handoff and is stood up for a loss of 2 by Mecklenburg. So Hawkins, 4 carries, and not a blade of grass forward. 2nd and 12. Kenny King now in the backfield. Fullback dive from midfield. King across midfield. It's a gain of 4. Tom Jackson with a stop. And so the Raiders on 3rd and 8 will have to throw it. Todd Christensen on a medium cross. Wilson has time. He goes down to Branch instead. That's a first down. And Cliff with a gain of 12. Mike Harden with a tackle. And the ball is at the 34 of Denver. 8:22. Clock running here in the second quarter. Did not expect this one to be a super tight defensive battle. Once again, Kenny King. He'll sweep it near side. Hand off from Wilson. King gets a bit of a block over the 30. He's brought down by Louis Wright at the 29 and will make it 2nd and 5. Halfway home here in the second quarter. 3-0 Raiders. There is no wind to speak of here at Mile High Stadium. Marcus Allen will sweep far side this time. Cuts across. Does he get a block? He does. And a first down in the secondary. Cuts back inside. Rulon Jones makes the tackle, but not before Allen gets a gain of 8. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 21. I don't remember the Raiders being all that good in 84. Strat Warfare says we did the same with baseball, only there were full teams every year. Unlike football, you had to sort of fantasy teams your cards in football. Yeah, not many linemen got the football cards. I mean, there are no stats to give in 1977 for a guard. And if you're thinking pancake blocks and all that, that was a thing of the analytics wave that started in the 80s. Or make you hungry while you're chewing on the cardboard gum. 1st and 10 from the Bronco 21. Medium slant to Todd Christensen. Wilson rolls left, throws to King. King over the 20. 15, cuts back outside, a gain of 8. Steve Busick makes it. Yeah, the gum. I don't think that stuff was fresh when they made it. My uncle would buy me the cards. He'd spend $1 to get me the 4 packs, which kept me occupied for a while. But I had to give him 3 of the 4 pieces. Because he loved the stale gum. 2nd and 2. Allen. Trap right. Handoff right up the middle. Allen gets the first down inside the 10. Mecklenburg makes the tackle at the 8. Give Marcus 5, and the Raiders have 1st and goal with 5.5 to go from the Bronco 8. Twelfth play of the drive for 72 yards, and Allen will sit. King and Hawkins in the backfield in a pro set. Hawkins on a fullback dive. And the C's part a little bit. He cuts to his right, gets a gain of 3. Steve Foley, his first tackle of the day. And that will bring you down to the 5-yard line. Yep, certainly a jagged edge of gum could cut your mouth. And let me tell you, as someone who uses his mouth an awful lot, that never felt good. Raiders have taken half the quarter here. 8:26 off the clock on this long drive. 13 plays. Draw play to Marcus Allen. Hand off from Wilson. Touchdown. The seas parted, delayed blitz. And that worked like a charm. Allen drove that truck right through it. And it's 9-0 Los Angeles. Here it is again. Yep. So straight, true, and good. Chris Barr for the extra point. Well, it is Chris Barr. So, 4:10 to go. A long drive, and all the pressure now is on Elway as the Raiders lead it 10-0. Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite. Lang from the 6. Lang to the 20. He's hit at the 27 by Matt Millen. And that's where Denver will start. 4:03. Yep. To be honest with you, I did also chew the gum. Yep. Something honest about chewing the gum while you marvel at who's in the pack. Now, who was your favorite team growing up? 1st and 10 for Denver. Winder in the flat. Elway, far side, blitzed. Sammy's got it. 25-30, 35, first down. Flag is down.
Holding offense.
And it's
60,
all coming back
penalty.
as Howard, the left guard, held. So, in effect, that's a 24-yard flag as Denver is backed up to their 17. Peros on a draw. Hand off from Elway. Peros over the 20. He's going to get 7 yards back as Bob Nelson makes the tackle. 2nd and 13. Elway. Medium slant to Steve Watson. Raiders blitz. Audible into a screen for Winder. Elway waits, and that is incomplete. Lyle Alzado got a hand on it, and it'll be 3rd and 13. Denver, 2 for 5 on 3rd down today. And again, Alexander in to go 3 wide. Elway out of the gun. Winder to block. Watson on a medium out the call from the 24. Elway has time. He goes to Johnson instead on a short route and got all of 2 yards. And Dan Reeves is incensed. It's 4th and 11. Elway had no business to throw that pass. His youthful exuberance has been costly so far. So Chris Norman will punt to nobody. Uh-oh, we're going to get an error here. Yep. We got a boo-boo. Let's see what happens. We got the boo-boo, and I think we have ourselves a hard crash. We'll be back right after this. Okay, crisis averted. It'll be 3rd down, or 4th and 11 here. Oh, we're going to get it here. Pruitt and Montgomery back to return the punt.
Start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 4th down.
There. That was worth it, wasn't it? So now we'll punt from the 21-yard line. No time taken off the clock. Pruitt and Montgomery back deep. Norman inside his 10 gets it away. It'll be Pruitt from the 35-40 over midfield.
Illegal block. Receiving team. 10-yard penalty.
And Craig Townsend gets called for the block. So the Raiders set up with 2:58 to go on their own 31 in a 10-0 game that they lead. Christensen on a medium slant on first down. Wilson to throw. Christensen is wide open at midfield. 45-40, 35-30. He is brought down for a gain of 45. Mike Harden missed the tackle, and Dennis Smith had to chase him down. And for Christensen, that's the longest catch of the season. He was wide open. Last week against the Chargers, 8 catches for 113. Let's watch this again. Look at him. He just beat Harden senseless. So the Raiders, 2:48, clock running, ball at the Bronco 24. Strat Warfare was a Minnesota fan until they got to the Met and just couldn't, like a dome team. So so you followed whoever got a Notre Dame quarterback. Yep, happy birthday a day late, Jamie. This is the late afternoon NBC game. The Raiders, we did the halftime show at the pregame, are the last undefeated team. Miami loses to St. Louis, so the Raiders are 4-0, and they're trying to get to 5-0. Allen. Sweep left. Far side. Allen to the 20, cuts outside, gets out of bounds. Mecklenburg will get the hand on it. And Allen, 7 carries, 30 yards. 2:09 to go in the half. The Raiders are at the Denver 18. Denver and the Lions is one game next week. San Francisco and the Giants is a second game, and I forgot what I picked for the third. It'll be 2nd and 4, 2:09 to go. Barnwell on a short hitch. Wilson, quick flips to Barnwell inside the 10. He's tackled for a gain of 8. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. The Raiders, 3 plays, 61 yards in 58 seconds, knocking on the door again. They lead 10-0. Everybody's got all 3 timeouts. Nobody in any real hurry. Hawkins on a trap left. From the 8, he gets to the 6 before Mecklenburg can make the stop. 2nd and goal for the Raiders. 2 tight end set. Dave Casper is the other tight end. Penn State is your other team. Okay. Chuck Fusina to Jimmy Cefalo. Those days were quite special. Cefalo was a good receiver for the Dolphins, and Fusina was a star in the USFL. Allen says for me to pitch left, so I shall. Does he get a block? He's at the 11 to the 5. He's hit at the 4. Gain of 2, 3rd and 4. Andre Townsend with his first tackle. So it sounds like you are from the same part of the country that Midlife Crisis grew up in, or at least went to college. 3rd and goal from the 4. Casper. Short cross the friendly ghost. Wilson's quick throw, incomplete. 58 seconds to go. And so Wilson, 8 of 10 for 140. And Barr, let me make sure I have everybody here. Barr will try the field goal. This is to make it 13-0. Barr, good. So 7 plays, 65 yards does the trick. 54 seconds to go in the half. The Raiders are putting on a show here in Denver. They lead 13-0. See what Elway can orchestrate here, and that is out of the end zone. Or is it? Yep, it's a touchback, and Elway and company have 3 timeouts in 54 seconds. And every kiss begins with K, of course. Grew up in Western New York the last 20 years. Whereabouts? Plus Tennessee. Tennessee is not in Western New York. Whereabouts in Western New York? K on a medium out. Elway goes to Logan instead. What? For a gain of 1. Why are we in a blowout here? Oh. Gain of 1, as we said, as we had to fix the Denver offense after the game crash. Great. So, 2nd down and 9. Elway just going to run a sweep, call his own number. Can he get a hole? Maybe. He gets 4. And that will be the end of the first half. Raiders get the ball to start the second half. We've played 30 minutes. It is the Raiders 13, the Broncos nothing. We'll be back in a moment. Oh, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. 13-0 Raiders at the half. Marcus Allen, a 5-yard run in the second quarter to make it 10-0. And then Barr from 21 in the last minute to make it 13-0 Raiders. They've outgained Denver 173-84. Wilson, a good day so far. 8 for 10 for 140 yards. Allen, 8 carries, 32. And 3 catches for 47 yards. Elway, it's been a struggle. John 7 of 11. Excuse me. 7 for 11. Don't say that 5 times fast. For 62. And a quarterback rating of 40.7. I'm this button over here. So to summarize what happened over the course of the week, the Detroit Lions are in first place in the NFC Central. The Eagles lose to the Redskins, so the entire NFC East is either 3-2 or 2-3. New Orleans won their game, San Francisco won their game, and the Rams won their game, and so all of them are 4-1 through 5 weeks. How about that? In the AFC, the Dolphins go to St. Louis and lose, and so the Dolphins fall to 4-1. The Bengals are in first place in the AFC Central at 3-2. And so if the Raiders win this one, they go to 5-0. If not, they are tied with Seattle at 4-1. And Eric Dickerson and Dan Marino are behind pace for their 2,000-yard running season and 5,000-yard passing season. So triple header next week. We start with Denver and Detroit, as Detroit Worms their way onto the RSN schedule. Imagine that. And so that's that for that. That's the Frank Gifford 90s version of Monday Night Highlights. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. So you are from Hornell, which I've never heard of before. An hour south of Rochester down 390. That is in Western New York. My dad grew up in the Dunkirk area. So Montgomery back deep to return with Williams and Allen, who didn't get anything. Poor Marcus does everything. And that will be 7 yards deep. And that will not be returned. So no kickoff returns for the Raiders yet. It'll be Allen and Hawkins in the running backs. Barnwell and Williams the wide receivers. Todd Christensen the tight end. Lawrence and Davis, that's two different names. The tackles, Marsh and Marvin the guards, and Dave Dalby the center. Defensively for Denver, it's Townsend and Boyer the ends. Garnett the tackle. Jackson and Ryan the outside linebackers. Dennison and Mecklenburg the inside linebackers. Harden and Wright the quarters. Smith and Foley the safeties. Oh, your father delivered gas to Dunkirk. Okay, well, my grandfather was the editorial page editor of the paper there. And you are doing 81. I almost did 81 in week 5 of that. And you're playing every game. And I'm assuming you're using Action PC? Or the game that must not be mentioned. Hey, if Lord Voldemort loves it, he also does the customer service for said company. Allen, fullback dive, first play in the second half. And Marcus gets brought down from behind by Tom Jackson. They keyed him on a pass that they did for Allen, and Marcus gets 3, 2nd and 7. Dokie Williams is in the game with Barnwell instead of Branch. Medium slant to him. Second down, Wilson goes deep. He's got Williams at midfield, and Harden, another bad defensive play. Dokie burned him. Harden reached up and brought him down, but not before the Raiders get 25. So 14-12, opening stanza here of the second half. And the Raiders are driving again. Hawkins. Fullback dive. Heavy blitz. They're going to run with that anyway. Hawkins runs around the blitz over midfield. The ball is loose. Mecklenburg got him out. And Malcolm Barnwell recovered it. So it's a gain of 7. They sent the kitchen sink to Denver, and Mecklenburg made the tackle. Hawkins never knew what hit him, but Barnwell, with eyes in the back of his head, recovers the football. 2nd and 3. 81's a good year. Midlife crisis is in week 16. Here it is again. And Barnwell, you can't advance the fumble in this game. So 13-28. Clock running. 2nd and 3. Allen. Off tackle right is the call. Allen gets a first down. The ball is loose again. And this time it's Dokie Williams that recovers it. So Jim Ryan stripped the ball out. But another fumble. Another recovery by the Raiders. And it's 3rd down and inches. The Broncos are playing in the Three Little Pigs here. They've huffed and puffed but could not blow the door down. Fullback dive for Hawkins on 3rd and short. Frank has the first down. He moves it to the 39. Jim Ryan, who's in an outside linebacker, the right outside linebacker, makes the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. First possession. They lead 13-0. Christensen on a medium slant. Blitz. Wilson lets it rip. Christensen wide open. 20-10-6. Now, it's not his longest catch of the season. That's his second longest catch of the season. They double-teamed him, and he just burns Harden and I think Smith. Here it is again. 2 catches, 84 yards, and the Raiders make it 19-0. Vince Lombardi says something about tackling, but the Broncos aren't paying any attention. Denver blitzed 4 and doubled Christensen. And Mark Wilson beat him. And yep, the halftime show was Kool and the Gang and Lionel Richie. Celebrate good times, come on. Here's the extra point from Barr. And it's good. 11:22 to go in the third quarter. The Raiders go up 20-0. So Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite back to return. Already had 1 game crash. I am well, Todd. How are you? Kick is taken by Lang at the 10 to the 20. He is hit at the 29 by Matt Millen. 11:13 to go in the third quarter. John Elway, 7 of 11 for 62 and a pick. Widener and Wilhite in the backfield. Watson and Johnson, the wide receivers. Kay, the tight end. Elway, the quarterback. Lanier and Studdard, the tackles. Howard and Bishop, the guards. And Bryan, the center. Defensively, it's a 3-4. Piquel and Townsend are out there for the Raiders. Ackerman, the nose tackle. Barnes and Caldwell, the outside linebackers. Millen and Nelson up the middle. Watson, Davis. Well, the Raiders have changed up their whole defense here. McKinney and Turan, the safeties. Yep. What the heck's going on out there? Grab, grab, grab. Nobody tackle. Todd B is rooting for the Raiders. Winder, trap right. And Sammy is brought down in the backfield by Tony Caldwell for a loss of 1. You miss me singing all night long. Yes. Everywhere you meet, we're all dancing in the streets all night long. 2nd and 11. Parros in for Wilhite. Winder in the flat. He's going to go far side. Elway throws. Sammy has it. 25-30. He's over the 35. Matt Millen with a tackle. That's a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd and 3. How would Vinny say it? Well, no, the band are dancing the ceiling. Everywhere you meet, they're dancing in the streets all night long. All night? Yep, for Farmer John. Don't forget, yep, all night. Big clue, how are you? 3rd down and 3 for Denver. all night long. And would it be Jerry Doggett or Jaime Yaron who would do the all night back there? Just happy to be here. And remember, you'll love it at Levitt's. 3rd and 3 for Denver. Johnson. Wow, this all changed after the game crash. Elway, back to throw, rolls, throws. Johnson's open at midfield. Stacy Turan brings him down for a gain of 17. This is Elway's 2nd season. He was a rookie in 83. This is 84. 1st and 10, ball on the Raider 47. Watson on a long slant. We're going to try it. Elway has time. Elway goes for Watson. There's a flag down.
Roughing the passer.
Oh!
Defense. Number 97.
And Ackerman
15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Made the tackle of Elway too late. And so they get the 15. Nope, the cat was not to blame. We had a crash on a punt. because the Raiders didn't have any returnmen. That's really the biggest complaint I have about this game, is that it just changes lineups too much. Can I choose the Raiders? No, I will when I have the ball. So 1st and 10 following that. Winder. Trap left from the Raider 32. 8:50 to go, third quarter. Winder gets across the 30 to the 28. 2nd and 6. So I saw the highlight this morning of the walk-off home run in the Dodger game. And I got a question for my baseball fans here. After Bellinger steals second, it's a 3-1 count to the hitter with 2 out. And, of course, the next pitch went into the Pacific. On a 3-1 with first base open, wouldn't you walk him? You get a force pretty much at any base. I didn't understand in my slumber at 6:45 this morning why you would throw him anything remotely in the strike zone on that count. 2nd and 6. Johnson on a medium fly. Elway back to throw. He's got time. He's got Johnson at the 15. Johnson brought down by James Davis for a gain of 17. Ball at the Raider 11. Yeah, I don't understand why you give him a pitch to hit on a 3-1 count with first base open. Broncos driving. 8 to go, third quarter. Winder. Off tackle right. Handoff from Elway. Sammy is hit behind the line, or actually at the line, by Tony Caldwell. No gain. You're not going to intentionally walk him with bets in the on-deck circle. Chris Taylor is hitting like 130 with 35 strikeouts. Somewhere Pete Rose is smiling. Yeah, again, okay, with bets on deck, I still think you take your chances, though. Maybe not an intentional walk, but the FBO pitch, first base open. Taylor just, man, that ball was grooved. Strat Warfare is old school. Even announcers and refs, people like Gowdy, Brookshire, Charlie Jones, Don Quickie, and countless others. 2nd and 10 following that play. No gain. Broncos need something here. Yeah, Bellinger has really struggled. And stole 2 bases. Molina couldn't get him. But it was past my bedtime. Short cross to Clarence K, the call. Elway back to throw. Elway's got time. K has it. Denver's on the board. Touchdown, Broncos. Yep. I'd be surprised if we had a season next year. Here it is again. And we'll fix the Raider defense in a moment. That's 6. And the Broncos have cut the lead to 20-7. Oh, man. So, 6:39 to go, third quarter. It's the Raiders 20, the Broncos 7. Oh, come on. There's no return, people, for the Raiders. The game's going to freeze again. We'll down it 1 yard deep. I got to fix this stuff. Oh, we got the air. Ah! Please stand by. We are having technical difficulties. This is Retro Sports Network. Raider Nation will rain down on me, huh? Alright, it's trying to... 1st and 10 from the 20. Oh, because of that. Trying to get the lineups fixed. That's set. And that's set. And that is set. Well, lightning delay. The Raiders are having a good year, thank you very much, in Vegas. Mecklenburg is back in. Looks like they got everything fixed. We'd stop again because it's already... We are running very late already. Top of the hour. We still got 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. 27 Raiders. They start this drive on their own 20. Thanks. I don't try to sound like Vinny. I can do a mediocre Vinny impression, but 1st and 10, Allen. Sweep to the right. And I forget. So hand off to Allen. And Marcus is over the 24, Chavis, with the second tackle. Options. This one has been frustrating. 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders on their own 24. 6:32. Can you do a Dave Gardner and string out my vowels? No, not at all. Why would you say that? Christensen on a medium out. 2nd and 6. Wilson to throw it. Mark has time. He goes to Christensen on the sideline. He is going to get hit for a gain of 15. 3 catches for 99. Dennis Smith with a tackle. Ball at the Raider 39. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. Gardner loves Baseball Mogul. And that is the ultimate beer and pretzel sandbox game. Really well done. Hawkins on a dive. 1st and 10, and off from Wilson. And Hawkins is hit behind the line by Dennison. It's a second tackle. Mickey Marvin, the right guard with the bad block. 2nd and 11. Broncos still have a fighting chance here if they can stop the Raiders. Yeah, Clay's been working on the season ticket baseball for a while. Branch is in the game with Barnwell. Who do I want to run to? We'll go to Marcus. Fullback dive for Allen from the 38-yard line. Allen hit at the line by Steve Busick. So 3rd and 11, the Broncos defense is stiffening up here. Doki Williams is now the third receiver. Marcus Allen will be blocking here. Barnwell on a medium out. Flag is down. Somebody moved.
False start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty.
It's Marsh, the lineman, again, with the good hair. And it'll be 3rd and 16 with 4:04. It's an error on the clock. Branch on a long slant. Wilson has time, but he's going to get sacked by Tom Jackson. Is 4th and 28. Let's watch this again. Tom Jackson is having an all-pro year. He brought Mark Wilson down. There wasn't anyone to block. And so Ray Guy will come out. First time we've seen Ray today. There's no wind, 52 degrees. Thomas and Wilhite back to return. Guy punts it deep to the 30. Thomas is hit at the 38. So the Broncos take over 1st and 10. What are you doing? That is not their lineup. Ugh. Winder. Peros. Watson. Johnson. Carlos. Willhite. Okay, we've only changed this 4 times today. 78 season was last year, so I was using the 20, whatever last year's version of Action PC Baseball. Yeah, I would never, it's Dress Lock. It's Clay Dress Lock. And so when we did the teaser for the interview during this game, or whatever it was, I had to cut loose. It might have been golf. I think it was golf, because I had to cut it really short. It said Dress Low, but when he talked about it, it's his maiden name, Dresser, and his wife's maiden name. And they combined to make him a new name. So I thought that was very cool. 3:12 to go, third quarter. 1st and 10, Broncos have it at their own 38. Ray Guy, the best punter ever. William Bar none, Floyd says. Reggie Timex Roby says, I got a punt for you. Trap right for a winder on 1st and 10 from the 38. Sammy over the 40. He's hit for a gain of 7. Rod Martin brings him down. Until Digital Dice came along, I thought it was Cook and Dreslow. Who knew? I didn't either. You didn't think it was Cook or Dreslow, because that would have been, yeah, it. So it's Dreslock. 2nd and 3, Watson, medium cross. Elway back to throw. He's got Watson at the 40. Gain of 16. Steve is now 2 catches for 33. 1st and 10. Broncos trying to make a furious comeback here. Under all sorts of shady conditions here at Mile High Stadium. Medium out. Johnson. Back. Raiders blitz. Elway. Gonna scramble. There's a flag down. He's got the 1st down, but...
Offsides. Defense.
Oh, it's on the Raiders.
5-yard
Martin jumped offside, so it will be an 11-yard gain for Elway. And it's 1st and 10, a minute 25. The Broncos at one point were down 20. It's now 20-7, and they're driving. Peros will sweep it to the right. Hand off near far side to the 25. And Caldwell shoves him out at the 20-yard line. So it's a gain of 8, 2nd and 2. So Denver looking like a brand new club here in the second half. Winder. Dive play up the middle. Sammy. 1st down and more. 10-5. Touchdown. Sammy Winder. Bill Bryan, the center, ripped it open. And it's now, with 1:02 to go in the third, a 1-score game. Just drove a Mack truck through there. It's 20-13. 5 plays, 62 yards. The Raider defense, I think, went home. Here comes the extra point, and it is Rich Carlos. How about that? 1:02 to go in the third. It's a 1-score game. It's the Raiders 20, the Broncos 14. Stork's getting mad. Stork's watching this one from home, eating some chicken wings. Yep, we got ourselves a ball game. Montgomery, Williams, and Marcus Allen to return it. Montgomery from the 1. He gets to the 20. He's hit at the 21 by Tom Jackson. Cleo Montgomery, 54 seconds to go. And the Raiders need just to run some plays here. Wilson is 11 for 13 for 219. Hawkins off tackle left on first down. He is hit after a gain of 3, and Davis, the right tackle, is hobbling off. Kick return to Guire within. Warren Bryant, obviously not in a Raider uniform, is now the right tackle. 2nd and 7. Trap left for Marcus Allen. He runs to the upside, and he is brought down by Steve Busick for no gain. Dave Dalby with the bad block. It's 3rd and 7. 43 seconds left here in the third. One play. Christensen on a medium slant. Wilson throws it to, well, it's tipped. And the Raiders will have to punt. There's 1 second left on the clock. The wind isn't a factor here. 4th and 7. And nothing you can say will take me away from Ray Guy. Ray Guy. He'll punt it deep from the 24. Gets it away. Taken by Thomas at the 32. He is hit after a 9-yard return. We go to the fourth quarter. Yep, Billy White, Shoes Johnson, and Eric Metcalf, when he was with the Browns, was pretty good. Gerald McNeil was a good returner. 15 minutes to go. It's anybody's ball game. It's the Raiders trying to remain the last undefeated team of the season. They lead 20-14. Gerald McNeil was indeed the ice cube. Lots of scoring here in the third quarter. Wilson to Christensen to make it 20-0 Raiders with 11:22 to go. Then the game crashed again. Elway to Clarence Kay from 11 yards to make it 20-7. Then Sammy Winder, a 20-yard run to make it 20-14. So, 15 minutes to go in this one. Only one turnover. Net yards, 262 for the Raiders, 202 for Denver. First downs, 13-11 in favor of the Raiders. Halloween kills, that's for sure. So the Broncos start from their own 42. Off tackle left for a Winder. Flag is down. Somebody moved.
False start. Offense, number 81, 5-yard penalty.
It's the wide receiver,
Repeat,
Watson.
first down.
It'll be 1st and 15 from the Denver 37. Paros. Trap right. Paros gets the handoff from Elway over the 40. 45 in the secondary. It's a gain of 11. Tony Caldwell with a tackle. Keith Bishop, no relation to Steven, but he saved that one for a rainy day and made the good block. 2nd and 4. For Denver, they are trying to go ahead. The Raiders, at one point, led 20-0. Winder on a fullback dive. Handoff from Elway. Winder gets the first down and more. A 9-yard gain, and Bill Bryan made the block. We've had a lightning delay. The lights have gone out. The cat danced around the field, and the Raiders looked beat. Johnson on a medium slant. Elway to throw it. He goes over the middle. Incomplete. Johnson dropped it. As Bill Walsh secretly calls Matt Millen and says, "Come here and win another Super Bowl. We'll dispose of these Broncos handily. 55-0." Wait for it. Wait for it. 10. And somewhere, Bo Derek just perked up. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Winder in the flat is the call. Far side. Elway has time. He's got Sammy. Sammy at the 40. Sammy has a first down. He is hit for a gain of 13. Van McElroy hustles over for the tackle. 1st and 10 from the Raider 30. Peros on a fullback dive. Handoff from Elway. 30. Almost a first down. It is a first down. Darrell Bid makes this tackle. That's his 2nd. The Raiders are cycling people in and out. 1st and 10 from the 19. Gerald Wilhite. Is Millen even allowed in Detroit? No. No, and if I blow it for the Lions next Tuesday, I won't be allowed in Detroit either. Wilhite will sweep it to the far side from the 19. There's a flag down. He's hit at the line of scrimmage.
Encroachment defense. Number 77, 5-yard penalty.
But Lyle Alzado encroached, and so they'll spot it 1st and 5 from the 14. Watson. Medium cross. They want the touchdown. Elway waits. Elway's going to scramble. He's got a first down. It's a stinger for Bid. McElroy with a tackle at the 4. So Bill Bryan, the center, has been the big hero. And the Broncos now have run it 22 times for 122 yards. 1st and goal from the 4. 2 tight end set. Sawyer and Summers, the tight ends. Elway. Nope. Winder. On a draw. Sammy. Parts the seas and scores, and Denver's come all the way back. They have climbed the mountain, and we've tied this game at 20 with 11 and a half to go. Here it is again. Goodness gracious me. The Raiders led 20-0. Extra point from Carlos is no good. He missed it left. Oh, wow. He missed it left. Put your shoes back on. We don't need that. 11 and a half to go, and it's Hugh Downs and Barbara Walters. It's 20-20. Oh, mercy. Montgomery is back deep. Wow is right. 2 yards deep, they'll return it. Montgomery, 10, 20. It's a 22-yard return. The Red Sox curse lives. Yes. It's not very nice, Todd. It's true. 1st and 10, 11:26 to go. Regulation time. Los Angeles 20, Denver 20. Allen. Trap left. Handoff from Wilson. Allen is hit at the 22 by Mecklenburg. 2nd and 8. This one, I dare say, has now been all that and a bag of chips. Barnwell. Medium cross the call. Wilson. Blitzed. Set. Fumble. Lawrence recovers it. Mecklenburg forces the fumble on the sack. 3rd and 17. 3 wide. Allen the block. Out of the gun. Yep. I believe he was still with the 58 49ers in talking Al Red Sox fan here, in Football Mogul, and they missed an 11-yard field goal. Remember, the posts were on the goal line until 74. So yeah, an 11-yard field goal. Christensen on a medium slant. Wilson rolls around. Christensen's open. First down, Raiders. 4 catches for Todd for 118 yards. They needed 17 on that play. He got 19. They stay 3 wide. Allen. In the flat. Wilson, near side. Allen's got it. 35-40. First down. Allen is hit at midfield. Tom Jackson. Goodness gracious. Makes the tackle. The Raiders have come back alive. Hawkins in the backfield now with Marcus Allen. 9:13, clock running. Hawkins, trap right. Hand off from Wilson. Frank is stood up. He'll get a 1-yard gain. The Broncos keyed Allen. Not a great game for Hawkins. 11 carries, 18 yards. 2nd and 9, 8.5 to go. Kenny King in the ball game. Kenny. Off tackle right from the Denver 49. King gets a block, first down and more over the 40. Ball is loose, but Todd Christensen recovers it. 1st and 10. Denver thought they had it. Busick stripped it loose. That's true. Todd Christensen is no longer with us. Midlife Crisis says, still don't know who that kicker was for Al on that 49er replay. He's not on the roster on Football Reference, and he doesn't exist. Well, that's why you can't make an 11-yarder. Here's the fumble again, and Christensen was smart to pick it up. The Raiders worked all week on the throw it on the ground and pick up for 3 more yards. Well, that said, poor Al. Kicker was only a 38% field goal maker anyway. That fit in today's NBA, wouldn't it? 1st and 10 from the Bronco 37. Trap left for Allen. Hand off for Wilson. Allen gets across the 35. Dennison with a tackle. It's a 3-yard gain. And yes, it was. It was Lieutenant Frank Drebin from Police Squad. 2nd and 7 for the Raiders. 7 minutes to go. This has been a 7-play drive, 46 yards. And the Raiders have taken 4.5 off the clock. Branch on a short cross. Wilson to throw. He's blitzed. He better hurry. He's going to scramble. And he gets a gain of 4. Carl Mecklenburg has been a busy beaver. That's his 10th tackle. 3rd and 3. From the Denver 30, they are not in bar range. There is no wind. It's 52 degrees, a beautiful day here in Denver. As these two teams battle in a huge game in the AFC West. Allen on a draw play because I hit the wrong button. Allen, does he get there? No. They're going to go. 4th and 1. Denver 28. They are not in field goal range. 5:33 to go. Allen on a dive. There are 80,000 people screaming. Hand off to Allen. No! He loses a yard. Rulon Jones gives the Broncos the ball at their 29 with 4:53 to go. And this place is shaking. You got one of the premier running backs in the National Football League. You got a 2 tight end set. And you got to get a yard. He only needed a yard and couldn't get it. So 1st and 10. Denver is tied here only because Rich Carlos missed an extra point. Growing up, Stratford Fair never had the sense of hate for other teams. Yeah, I never was a Yankee fan. Until you reached the 20s and it creeped in. You felt the rivalries, but it was just a joy to be around. I hear you. So, 4:53. Everybody's got all 3 timeouts left. Peros. They're going to audible a screen to Winder. Elway blitz throws to nobody. Elway got nailed by Lyle Alzado. And that's the fourth hurry for Alzado today. 4:41. Johnson on a short slant. Elway back to throw. Elway's got time. He's got Johnson. And Johnson gets the first down. 5 catches for Butch for 62 yards. Fresh set for the Broncos. 4.5 to go. 20-20 to score. Ball on the Bronco 39. Sawyer on a short cross. Elway blitzed. Throws. Sawyer's got it at midfield. And a first down. McElroy, the 6th tackle of the game, a gain of 12. And Elway is now 15-21 for 166. You picked a good one to come into on a Thursday afternoon. Watson. Medium fly. Elway back to throw. Elway throws. Watson's got it. A gain of 17. 3 catches for Steve for 50 yards. Haynes his way with a tackle. They're already in Carlos's range. As the chat says, Carlos is waxing his foot. It would be 49 yards from here. 3:08 to go. Barbara Walters 20. Hugh Downs 20. John Stossel isn't watching. Winder. Trap left. Elway with a handoff. Winder is hit once. Gets over the 30. Millen brings him down at the 29. 2:26 to go. Denver will get one more play off before the 2-minute warning. Again, they have all 3 timeouts. Johnson. Short slant. 2nd and 7. Elway back to throw. Incomplete pass. And there's 2:02 to go. We've still not yet reached the 2-minute warning. It would be 46 yards. John Stossel stole Geraldo's mustache. Isn't that too true? Thrawn, a 1014, by the way, is our 198th follower on Twitch. So Elway on 3rd and 7. Fix this stuff around. Sampson, the 3rd receiver this time around. He's at the bottom of your screen. Clint Sampson. Elway wants Watson on a medium cross. 2-minute warning coming up. Elway has time. He's going to run. He's got the first down and more. He's inside the 8-yard line. John Elway. What a run. And they get to the 2-minute warning. He read it perfectly. John Sawyer, the tight end, did what he had to do. He made the block and gave Elway a huge seam. Here it comes again. My goodness gracious. So first and goal from the Raider 8. Two tight end set. Winder and Wilhite in the backfield. Summers, not Brett, joins Sawyer in the backfield. Watson is the lone wide receiver. Winder. Trap left. Again, from the 8. Sammy is hit at the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of 2. Denver in no hurry to get any plays off here with 1:43 to go. The Red Sox, man, the other night, it had been a long time since Fenway rocked like that. And I'd like to thank Giancarlo Stanton for not running out that double. I honestly think that was a game changer. And the Fenway crowd got into it. I hope Garrett Cole isn't hurt. You don't want people to get beat because they're hurt. Second and goal from the 6. Wilhite. Pitch left. Elway does the honors. Wilhite to the 5. Howie Long with a tackle. 1:14 to go. Third down and goal. And they'll now go conventional. Again, the Broncos are trying to leave the Raiders as little time as possible. It'll be Johnson on a short slant. They don't audible. Elway waits. He's got time. He throws incomplete. And so Denver did what they had to do. Now, Carlos from 21 yards. The Raiders have all 3 timeouts. They're going to have about 45 seconds after when Denver makes the kick to give them the ball back. Tristan Cassis, a Red Sox minor leaguer, invest in him now. Okay. So Carlos to give the Broncos the lead from 21. Forever 21. It's good. So 46 seconds to go. The computer likes to kick deep. And the Raiders don't have any return man. Oh my God, this has been aggravating. Yeah, I'll show the standings. So the Raiders will return it. It's an Upman. Who knows? He gets it to the 30, and he's hit at the 34. So they do squib it. I don't know who returned it. They have 38 seconds. They need to get probably 15, 35, 45 yards. They have 38 seconds to do it. Allen in the flat. Yeah, we'll go branch in a minute. Work it to who's open and get out of bounds. Wilson near side to Allen at the 30. He cuts inside, then goes out of bounds. A gain of 11. First and 10 from the Raider 45. 32 seconds to go. To force their second overtime game of the week. It'll be a medium out to Cliff Branch. Raiders will not audible. They have all the timeouts. Wilson throws. He finds Branch. Branch is hit. Goes out of bounds after a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. 25 seconds to go. What a crazy game this has been. Christensen on a medium slant. Wilson waits. He throws. Christensen's got it. A gain of 9. They're going to have to call time. 18 seconds left. They are not in field goal range yet. The ball is at the Bronco 37. They can stop it twice. Barnwell on a medium slant. Wilson has time. He rolls. Barnwell, 20. It's a gain of 19. And Wilson has driven them into field goal range. With 6 seconds left, they'll call the timeout with 2 seconds. So this is for overtime. And they only have a 46% chance of making this. Really? Okay. So, here we go. 2 seconds to go. Wowzers. The game has crashed twice, Jamie, and keeps resetting lineups. So Barr has a fighter's chance here. There's no wind. 40. Oh, there's no holder. Please stand by as Uncle Ron gets some help. Da, 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 da. Oh! Okay. 2 seconds left. It is now a 75% chance. Oh my gosh. Chris Barr with the ring guy to hold. This is for overtime. This is from 35 yards. I'm going to need a hard drink after this one. Yes, I am sure. This is for overtime. Denver will try to block the kick. It is up. It is good. And we're going to overtime. Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. After 60 minutes, it's the Raiders 23, the Broncos 23. An hour and 54 of this, huh? Crazy. Denver has won the toss. They will get the football. Lang, Thomas, and Wilhite is ready. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to tape a show after this. Here we go. Chris Barr 1 yard deep. Recovered by Lang to the 10. And he's hit at the 17 by Caldwell. And so 14:55 to go in the extra period. I'm assuming here that we have all the people we're supposed to have in the bleeping game that is supposed to be here. Winder. Trap right from the 17. No audible. Elway hands off. Winder is hit for a gain of 2 by Howie Long. The New England game gave you the shakes, huh? 2nd and 8. It's a second overtime game in a row. Sawyer. Short cross. Audible flat pass to Winder. Sammy goes far side and is led astray. 3rd down and 8. This week on Digital Dice, Dave is joined by guest host Todd. Talk about replay basketball, I would think. 3rd down and 8. Watson, Johnson, and Alexander. Winder to block. Elway out of the gun. It'll be Watson, I presume. Elway has time. Rolling, throws. Alexander got it, but for a gain of 3. So Elway goes to his 3rd read. It's 4th and 5, and Denver's going to have to punt. Chris Norman will punt to Pruitt and Cleo Montgomery. Norman from his 7. Taken by Pruitt. And it's a fair catch at the 40-yard line. Oh. So here come the Raiders. Here, remember now, next score wins the game. Marcus Allen on a pitch to the left on 1st and 10. Allen goes to the far sideline. He does not get anything there as Dennison knocks him out for a loss of 3. You have my permission not to cut the grass, Todd. 13:19 to go. Yep. I've done so many games that I forget who it was. New England, Seattle, right? That's the one I did this replay. 2nd and 13 for the Raiders. Malcolm Barnwell on a medium cross. Denver jamming the receivers. Wilson's going to stick with it. He is brought down by Andre Townsend for a loss of 6. And there are no good plays on 3rd and 19. Allen splits out as a wide receiver. Dokie Williams is the 3rd receiver. It'll be Barnwell. No, I'm going to go with Dokie Williams. Barnwell. On a long slant. Wilson brought down by Andre Townsend. Back-to-back sacks. And the Raiders will punt on 4th and 25. Ray Guy. Wow. Guy from his 10. Taken by Thomas at his 32. He's hit at the 40.
Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
But we can't have nice things, so there's a blocking penalty on Andre Townsend. And so 1st and 10 for Denver on their own 23. 11 and a half to go in the extra period. Peros will sweep to the right. We'll stick with it. jammed up on the receivers. Peros runs around the block, gets in the secondary, gets 7. Paul Howard, the left guard, with the block. Millen, his 8th tackle, and it's 2nd and 3. Not only have we blown through silver spoons and different strokes tonight, but this is the most amazing story, and Alfred Hitchcock will present something about horses and pirates, I think. That's tonight on NBC. 2nd down and 3. Winder will sweep right. Handoff from Elway. He is hit at the 32 by Jeff Barnes. Aaron Gray was swept aside by a bunch of Pirates. 3rd down and 1. 10:40 to go. Clock running here in the extra period. Elway on a bootleg. Elway calls his own number. Runs around. 1st down. 35. He's hit at the 40 by Mike Haynes. And Tom Snyder will be on at 2 a.m. following a special late night with David Letterman Sunday special. Stupid pet tricks. Tonight we soaked the cat in Alka-Seltzer. That's tonight on NBC. 9:58 to go in overtime. 23-23. Ball on the Denver 40. Sawyer. Short cross. Elway. Blitzed. Throws. Complete to Sawyer at midfield, and McElroy will bring him down at the Raider 46. This may be the longest football stream I've ever done. We're now at 2 hours. Yep. You got time. My wife, I said that, and through the door, I hear my wife go, "Yep." Somebody's got to score first. 9:18 to go in overtime. Winder. Sweeping right. Far sideline. He's hit at the 45 for a 1-yard gain. Jeff Barnes with the tackle. And as Fran Tarkenton would say, that's incredible. 2nd and 9. Butch Johnson. Short slant. Elway back to throw it. Elway gonna run it. He's gonna get the 1st down, and he's hit at the 31 by Matt Millen. And so Elway, 6 carries, 68 yards. And they're already in field goal range for Rich Carless. Maybe. Elway is 18 for 27 for 200. And has rushed it 6 times for 68. Peros. Fullback dive just to keep it close to the middle of the field. He is hit at the line by Bob Nelson. So 2nd and 10, 7 to go. Clock running. Watson on a short slant. The audible to Winder on a draw play as the Raiders jam the receivers, and that worked. It's a loss of 2. Matt Millen makes his 10th tackle of the day. And does that knock out? It's 3rd and 12. This would be a 50-yarder. My wife said there's 2 hours of her life she could never get back. We've been married 23 years. I bet she feels that way. 3rd and 12. They go 3 wide. Winder to block. Elway out of the gun. Watson on a medium slant is the call. Elway looks around, waits for the play, throws it deep, intercepted by the Raiders, and that cornerback is going to bring it down to the 29-yard line. Mike Haynes. Oh my goodness. Elway went to throw to Steve Watson. There was a 2% chance of a pick. Unreal is right. And Mike Haynes returns it 50 yards. They are at the 29 of Denver. Alfred Hitchcock says, tell whatever story you want. Marcus Allen, fullback dive, 1st and 10. Handoff, and Allen is hit at the 28 for a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. Barr would have a 65% chance from here. Hawkins, trap left. Handoff from Wilson, gets a block, gets a first down. It's a gain of 11. Steve Foley with a tackle. And now it's a 76% chance. Allen on a draw play. Just to get centered, and Allen takes it to the 10. Allen gets 9. 2nd and 1 from the Denver 8. Hawkins, fullback dive. 2nd and 1. Wilson to Hawkins. It's a first down. They spotted at the 5. And now it's an extra point. They'll give Allen one more crack at this. On a draw play from the 5. Allen is hit right there. Mecklenburg with his 14th tackle. And with 2:37 to go in overtime, out comes Chris Barr. And I'm going to pull all 3 hairs out of my head if I don't make this. He's got a 99.5% chance here. Yes, I am sure. For the win. 5-0. They did it. The Raiders somehow win this game. They were up 20-0. Then Denver scored 23 unanswered points. Chris Barr with a field goal at the gun, and Chris Barr with a field goal with 2:17 to go in overtime. And the player of the game is going to be Mark Wilson. 17 for 20, 304 yards. He was sacked 6 times, but just kept going and going. And 5 catches for Todd Christensen for 127 yards. I was supposed to go a half hour ago. So that's all you're going to get for this. Watch the beginning part of the video on YouTube Strat Warfare, or go back and the standings are there because I do all the games. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day.